Now, we have Noah Ibrahim, and is the founder and CEO of Novaric Homes and Properties Limited, and Stellarand, Realty Limited, both in Lagos, Nigeria. A graduate of mechanical engineering from Obafemi Awolowo University, Osun State, Noah has had over 5 years' experience in the world of real estate with viable success. He is a sales expert, talented in building companies from the ground, as well as driving profitable business growth. So you know that we bring people who we know can deliver and answer those questions that you have in your mind, because today we're talking about real estate investments in Nigeria. You're welcome to the show.
Let me start by saying great effect.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, you went to
Don't feel left out, baby.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Thanks for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
Let's start like this. When we talk about investment, the first thing that comes to a lot of people's mind is just to put money somewhere, tie money down somewhere. But when it comes to real estate, how does it operate for investment?
Well, we know that real estate is tested and verified kind of investment platform. You get it's more or less known as a long-term kind of investment.
Okay.
But these days you have people flipping properties. You can put in money now and get your returns in 6 months.
Let's understand what flipping properties means.
Okay, well, that's dependent on which aspect. You can flip properties on land.
Okay.
You can renovate buildings, buy an old building, renovate it, and sell it off just immediately.
That's
so that's
the flipping.
That's flipping.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people think real estate is just normally long-term, but there are several ways where you can earn quick returns. Yeah, so say you buy a property and then you put it up for rent.
Okay.
You can get monthly returns via rent. You can also get it annually as well. So also the renovation of properties. You buy a property, a dilapidated property, you put some extra money in it, then you sell it off. So it pays the developer when you're renovating than just building from scratch. So that's one of the ways you can earn fast returns from real estate investment. Also, for people think real estate investment is just about owning a property, like owning a house. But people don't look through to the commercial aspect of real estate as well.
Okay.
Office spaces, shops and co.
Okay.
They are the tried means of, getting quick returns. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're talking investment, you mentioned quick returns, the long-term and quick returns. What are the things you should consider? For example, I have some money and I'm thinking, this money I don't want to tie down in the bank or I don't want to tie down in a business, but I really need something that would, give me quick returns and at the same time that I will still possess, and I don't want to do rentage. I mean, how do you now sit down and break it down on how to invest that money?
Can you come over that?
Okay, so I have that money.
Okay.
And I have different ideas of what I want to use the money for.
Okay.
And I'm considering real estate. But I'm thinking, should I do rent? Should I not do rent? Should I just buy and resell? Should I just invest on land? Should I sell land? Now, what are the factors I need to consider, to decide, okay, this is the exact one that will work for me or not?
Okay, so first thing, you have to know which kind of investor you are. Now, there are people who like to just put their money somewhere and go to sleep. Then they can wait for a very long time.
Okay.
There's some people, when they put their money in it, they want returns as early as the second month, the third month. You get so you first of all, the kind of investor you are. If you're a long-term investor, fantastic. If you're a short-term one, too, fantastic. So if you need something for short-term, you can do the renovation business. Buy the property, renovate it, and sell it off.
Okay.
If you like long-term, which gives you a lot of capital appreciation, you go into rental properties. So you buy the building, you put it up for rent. If you need your rent monthly, and that's one of the things we're doing at Novaric Homes, we're planning to do. Well, we want to, just like they do abroad, you get to rent a property monthly. You pay your rent monthly instead of a whole year.
Yeah.
When I was moving to the island around last year, I didn't have enough money to rent
for a year.
For a year. Some people even ask for 2 years, which is really bad. You don't know how you're going to cough up that amount of money. So, so I checked out some platforms. I rented a property based on monthly payment. So I just paid 3 months up front. Then I started paying, monthly. So the owner of that property gets his rent every month. So he can now do with it whatever he or she wants. You get. So depends on the kind of investor you are. If you want to do long term, say for example, you can go in as far as Ibejuleki.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do. That's majorly for long term. You want to buy land, you want it to appreciate over time based on the development in the area. You get. So you have to wait long term. But if you're doing short term, you have to have some solid cash with you, and then you move closer to town. I stay on the island, so I use the island as an example. So, you come to Lekki Phase 1, Agongi, Osakpa, and Co. So in those kind of places, you can buy properties and put them for rent on a monthly basis, or buy an old property, renovate it, and sell it off. So it depends on the kind of investor you are, and it depends on the cost of your money too as well. You can't get loan from the bank that you have to pay your interest back, and then you now go and sit down and wait for a long term. Of course, it's not going to be viable. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a two-part question. Firstly, I want to ask, mostly I hear that when it comes to investment, that real estate is like the big deal when it comes to investment. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
It's the real thing. From the name, it's real. It's unlike stocks, bonds, treasury bills, and co. This is something that is real, something you can hold on to.
Tangible.
You understand? So your stocks can deplete in value in a matter of seconds. You get, but for real estate, it always appreciates. Okay. So, for example, you own a plot of land now, then you decide to build on it, then you rent it out. You rent it out for another 20, 25 years. Now, the value of the building truly is going to be depreciating. You understand? But the value of the land is always appreciating. So you can't go wrong. You understand? You can't lose. It's always a win-win for everybody. Okay. You understand? So
then when it comes to, that's the second part of the question. Now, when it comes to real estate investments and you want to buy a property, you're talking about it, so you always appreciate and the likes. What should you look out for when you're buying a property?
Well, they say the first thing, the location. Okay. You really need to know what the environment says. You get. So you want to buy a property currently right now in Ikoyi. If you look around Ikoyi, you find a lot of empty houses. So if you buy the property there and you want to rent, who is going to come and rent it? Because the cost of the building is very high. The cost of the land is also very high. So it's for the elites thereabouts. And we know what the country is saying. You get. So for young people, if you're going to buy a property, you have to look at the area. Okay, what is the rental value in that area if you're going to put it up for rent?
For rent.
How accessible is that area? How close is it to major offices? People will want to, of course, wake up then go to work. So, the distance.
The access,
I used to tell people, one of the reasons why Ibejuleki is still the way it is because of the access. Imagine there's a train system from maybe VI, Lekki, or Lagos Island, all the way down to Ibejuleki and Ekpe and Co. People can come to work all the way from that side and come and work on the island here. You understand? But since all of that is not available, you can't waking up by 4 a.m., taking your bath, then
traffic
and everything. You understand? So that's one of the things. So the accessibility, of the property, the road, is the road good? Is the area good? They used to say, well, is the light good? Because those are the factors that affect the real estate industry from the outside. We know the cost of development and everything is high, but how about on the outside, the transportation and the power? Those two things are the major factors that affect the real estate industry. Okay. So you look at all of those things. Then also, you look at the kind of returns that you also want to get. Just like I said, if it's a short term, you look at flipping properties. If it's long term, then you wait for rent. Okay. So as a young guy, say you have about, 30, 35 million. You can decide to buy You can decide to buy a terrace duplex and put it up for rent. The rest of your money, you can put it on land. You know, it's good to diversify. There are several aspects that you can invest in real estate, not just rent.
Okay.
There's even this thing called the Real Estate Investment Trust. We don't have, a lot of people don't know about it, but it's one way. It's just, you're going to be trading real estate like stocks and bonds.
Okay.
You get, it's just that it's also very liquid, just like its counterparts.
Okay.
So it's a way for you to, you know, quickly put money and remove money.
Speaking about stocks and bonds, you at some point you compared or placed real estate on the same plane with stocks and bonds. Is there a guarantee, or how would I put it? What can you indemnify yourself when you're investing in, you know, a property? You know, like stocks and bonds, there's some certain level of risk that you cannot take. Now, so who does that risk assessment for you to know well enough that if I place my money on this building or if I place my money on this land, it will be a problem? For instance, people that defraud people and sell them waterlogged lands and package it and make it look like, oh, that's the best thing in town and all that. So how do you indemnify yourself? How do you protect yourself from the bad investments in real estate?
Okay, so, well, first things first, you need to have a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah. Then there are several investment advisors too. You see, those are the things a lot of people don't take the pain to go through. Then when they now hit the rock, they start crying that real estate is this, real estate is that. So you need a very good lawyer. You need a very good investment advisor too. Might not be, say, so experienced, maybe 5-10 years thereabout, but you need people who actually understand the business, who have done something with real estate companies before.
Okay.
You know. For Novaric Homes, we have a good in-house investment advisor that tell you, Novaric, okay, you can do this deal, this is good, you understand? So a lot of people don't listen to these guys, maybe because they're going to charge them a bit, but it pays you to pay little, you know, to save you losing a lot of money, basically. So I think that's what you need.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we always hear that land appreciates. I've heard that thousands of times. Land appreciates. Everyone wants to buy land and keep it till when it increases. But are there factors that contribute to it appreciating? What are the factors that contribute to that?
Yeah, the most important factor, I think, is the development in the area, the upcoming ones and the ones that are available. Say, for example, several years back, say 18, 20 years back, you know, Lekki Phase 1 used to be that place people didn't want to go. Like, they used to say something, you go, Omi Magbe Ogbonlo.
Yeah,
you get. So, but the idea is, Lekki Phase 1 is close to Victoria Island, which is the commercial hub of Lagos.
Yes.
So the fact that it's close there are multinationals there in VI. Now, the elites will want to live, of course, close to their office.
Yes.
But how about the managers, you know, the accountants and co? They want to live not too far away, but that is not as expensive as Victoria Island. So that's how Lekki Phase 1, you know, started coming up. So I have a friend. His father is dead now, about 2017. You know, I think he bought an acre in Lekki Phase 1 then, some 18, 20 years back. So he died 2017 and he left 4 plots.
Oof.
Now that
money.
Do you know how much that is?
I can
Now,
just
he bought, I think he bought that plot then around, I think 4 million or 5 million per plot. He didn't spend up to 30 million to get that stuff. A plot in Lekki Phase 1 now, a standard plot, if you're gonna get it. Can you guess how much is it?
30 million?
What? No, that's too low. It's 100 million.
Okay.
So if you calculate that in the span of 18, 20 years, you know, you're talking 500, 600, or even 1,000% appreciation.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why right now I tell people Ibeju Lekki is the real deal. You have the Dangote refinery, I have the Lekki free zone. These are the things, you know.
Hello there. Did you just enjoy that beautiful video? Don't worry, we have more for you. All you have to do is click on the subscribe button and ring that little bell for more notifications. Tea or coffee will be served for you.
Your stocks can you know, deplete in value in a matter of seconds you get, but for real estate, it always appreciates.